Craftsmanship has been at the beating heart of Vienna for hundreds of years. The Habsburg monarchy loved to collect beautiful objects, and many Viennese family-run companies spent generations trying to perfect their crafts. Many of these unique pieces can only be seen in museums. However, there are some learned companies holding steadfast and making their traditions relevant today. Klaus Muhlbauer is a fourth-generation hat maker and has reinvented his family business by looking to new trends and different cultures for inspiration.
The big difference between the period when it started, like in 1903 with my great-grandmother, also my grandfather, and today, is that 100 years ago you couldn't go out of the house without a hat. Impossible. It's like going out of the house without shoes. Today we have a quite different situation. It's not a mass product, and we have to define the product totally anew. We have to make it attractive as a piece of fashion to the people of today. 10 years ago, many people would have asked me, but you're crazy to produce in Vienna. You should move your production to East. Producing in Vienna means quality. And we never moved from here. We always stayed in Vienna, but now people tell me, oh, it's cool, it's made in Vienna. The truth is, it is expensive, but when you have your own production very close to you or in the same building, you have full control about the quality of your product. So if you see there is a slight mistake, you can immediately correct it. At the end, it's always about the combination of quality and design. We put a huge pressure on us to reinvent the hat every season or every year anew, to really find new approaches, to try new materials, new shapes, new patterns. We love to move forward, but you have to be very careful. Everything you put on your head is a real intervention. It completely changes your look, it gives you identity, it changes your outer appearance. And this is the exciting thing about hats.
Another family business that has stood the test of time also lies in the heart of Vienna. From the serving tables of the royal family to collaborations with contemporary designers, Rothmeyer remains at the forefront of glass innovation.
Our workshop is atelier production, so the craftsman gets a piece and he produces it from the beginning to the end. And you really can feel the spirit of the craftsman in the end piece, and also if we compare the one and the same design, I can see if it's done by Mr. Berger or by Mrs. Chambalova. We have this workshop really in the center of the city, actually in a very nice Biedermeier house. I have my bicycle and I go between the store and the workshop where I also live. It's so much about these very small interactions with the people in the process that it's a big advantage being in the city. The Rothmeyer philosophy, I would say, is the stories, the design approach and the craftsmanship. We all were raised with the company, and it's really in our blood, and we know about all the little stories, and we really try in all the details of product to be really true to the DNA of the company. All of our ancestors have been very curious, and they always wanted to be on the cutting edge of the design world and what's possible in way of craftsmanship. And so there's a big treasure we can choose from on the one side, and there's a big inspiration also for new developments. So if we work with designers today, we have to encourage them actually to be more free. And usually it's the other way around. When they come to Rothmeyer, we have to encourage them to be more crazy.
With 7 generations of family knowledge, Markus Scher is dedicated to nurturing the next generations of talent, whilst educating the world about his craft with his open workshop.
We are really famous for producing these very personal forms, and the design you see on the surface, it's not so important. It's you and your character, it's representing you and your feet. And then we love more or less to stay on the very simple side, because we want the letters to speak and not any holes or loud elements. 50 years ago, every man, every woman, they knew a little bit about handcrafted products. Nowadays they don't know where they are produced, they don't know how the techniques are. They can't prove the quality because they have never seen it before. It was a great innovation, opening the production area for our customers. You only need like your talent, and you need your knowledge, and you need possibly some tools, some material, and the rest is just you. And this is something which makes every day special, and it never gets boring. When you come over the first 10 years of practicing in education, your hands become a little bit faster than your brain. I think it's the most special feeling you can have as a craftsman. I had to break with the tradition of how we educate next generations, because craftsmanship very often they keep their know-how until they die. We have the know-how here, and the know-how is not a free present, but we give it to young talents. And this is something we changed the system a lot. We're more or less one of the last 3 or something who are still producing in the city, and I think we are the hugest. So you can really go for 20 or 30 meters the street along and you can follow our noises. That makes a city authentic.